Hey, what's going on YouTube? My name is Brian and welcome back to another part in our Notre Dame Dynasty inside of College Football 26. Today, obviously, we're going to be finishing off the regular season against the Stanford Cardinal, and then we're going to go forward potentially and hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be in the College Football Playoff as we're ranked number 5 in the country with only one loss. So hopefully we don't have anything strange happen that gets us kicked out of the College Football Playoffs. If you know, you know. However, before we do that, as always, with recruiting, I haven't done anything basically. We haven't really needed to do anything. We got a lot of guys here already. However, before this episode started, I did find out that a guy that I think we've seen before, potentially Tony Yeboah, we're still his second school. He doesn't have a scholarship to anybody, and he's a 4-star guard, and I don't know. He's just someone that I didn't even have on my list and whatnot. He looks pretty decent from what I remember. I think this is the same dude we've had before, but I could be wrong on that, and I could just be making something up on the fly. But either way, we have another guard, another tackle in our recruits here, and we have still a couple of guys. We're still waiting on a 5-star too, Sam Cox, who's potentially going to go to USC, but hopefully we can steal him from them. But we'll have to see how that all goes, obviously, as well. Also, just a quick refresh on our class rank. Currently, we're the number 5 ranked class, so we got outranked a little by Clemson because I think they might have gotten another commit in there, but we have 18 total commits, 3 5-stars, 5 3-stars, and about 10 4-stars. Nowhere near what these other schools are doing, Ohio State, Georgia, LSU, and Clemson, but the fact that we're top 5 in recruiting class in our first season as the Irish head coach, I know we're technically controlling Marcus Freeman, but that is amazing. And of course, if you guys didn't see the last episode, feel free to, but unfortunately, Jeremiah Love got a nasty injury that is keeping him out for the rest of the regular season, so fortunately, we're not probably going to have any Heisman candidates on this list by the end of the year. It sucks, I know, but it's just what happens sometimes, and we're just going to have to live with it. And last but not least, as I stated in the intro of the video, we should make the College Football Playoff. As you can see, we're currently ranked number 5, ahead and seeded to face 13th ranked Boise State, although they're 12th ranked in the College Football Playoff because they would be a conference champion. But again, that could all change after the conference championship week, which is in a couple weeks. So hopefully we're good. But yeah, without further ado, it's time to face the Stanford Cardinal, the Battle of the Legends. Let's see if we got any interesting uniforms we can use here. I know we're away on this, so we're not going to go too crazy, but honestly, I think all white will probably work for us really well. Thank you very much. Okay, now we're here inside our game against Stanford. We're going to start with the ball first. Nice handoff to Jabarian Price. Makes one man miss. Almost makes 2. Fortunately, we are going to have a little bit of miscommunication here as the stadium momentum is preventing us from actually, making any adjustments to any routes. Hopefully, that doesn't really affect us too much. But then again, I've seen worse things. Let's throw it out to Greathouse, who shakes off a tackle and can't quite get there. He's fumbling the ball. Why? I'm so confused what just happened right there. All right, they're gonna just challenge this or review it or something. I think he was down by contact, but I don't know. This game could be just weird like that sometimes. Either way, it's gonna be a first down for Notre Dame. Gonna take the carry, Jadarian Price. Fortunately, Greathouse is a little cold after that play there. I'm gonna throw it to the tight end, Raridon. He's gonna make the incredible catch. Not quite getting the first. First potential huge third down for this offense and defense, if we're being honest here. Not sure how this is going to go. I'm going to toss it out to Jadarian Price, who's wide open. Going down the sideline, going to juke. And stays on his feet, but can't quite get the first. Or can't quite get in the end zone. Also, that was CJ Carr's 200th completed pass this season. So he's been throwing the ball surprisingly a lot for Notre Dame being a very run-first offense. Traditionally speaking, at least. Honestly, I don't care whether we pass or we throw, as long as we get in the end zone and score points and win football games is all I really care about. Gonna try a little nice play that I like to call, I don't know what, the Washington play? Since that's who gets open every single time. Okay, first and goal, boys. Let's get inside. Jadarian gonna muscle his way to the 2. Traditionally, you wouldn't call a screen pass in this situation, but honestly, it's going to work. That was an excellent pancake by number 70, and it's a touchdown as well. And an excellent start for the Irish here in the final game of the regular season. All right, here's Stanford. Let's see what you guys got. All I know about you is Andrew Luck is your GM, and Frank Reich was your coach last year. You guys watching have no idea who those guys are. That's totally okay. I'm just kind of had a little bit of a nerd moment at that point. Anyways, gonna throw here.
I don't think you have
Nope,
any
Stanford
idea
quarterback's going to take
how
off.
fast I really am.
He's actually going to slide as well. Hoping to have a little bit of a better defensive performance than we did last week against Syracuse. I mean, Syracuse, it wasn't bad, but what was that? Anyways, we got Drake Bowen in the game. We got the running back. We got to keep an eye on this game. Trying to fool these different playmakers here if we can. Trying to get to the quarterback if I can, but I seem to not be able to for some gosh unknown reason. We're bring a little more pressure, gentlemen. That would be wonderful. And there it is. There's the pressure. And we forced the fumble, but we don't land on it. I mean, we continued that. That would be great, honestly. That last play was just some, hopefully, what's expected to come. And there's another fumble. And they recover it again. But we're going to tackle him down. And that's going to be a huge third down and a mile. All right, huge third down and 28 here. And he's going to be sacked again. Josh Burham, number 40, the defender we all know and love. Honestly, I've never kind of quite figured out why Stanford has the mascot they do, other than the fact that they're located in Northern California, which is known for its big trees. So that's all I basically know. All right, next drive for us here. Going to take it outside. Jadarian Price going to juke inside. Gets about 5. 2nd and 5 then. Going to hand it off to Jadarian. That was almost a bad idea, and we do get a yard. Gotta try to be a little bit more slick than that though. Throw it to B. That's gonna be wide open every time. I said that last video as well. Oh, we just made 2-man miss. Almost made a third. That was awesome. Hopefully I can get that on a replay. That was amazing. All right, 1st down and 10. Looking. I waited too long. I'm gonna throw it to the running back, and he's gonna break off a tackle, and he's gonna just be a little short from the first. Right inside. Bounces off a man. Keep on moving. Just keep those chains moving. Aeneas Williams going to be in the game here to take us at the end of the first. Going to juke out but he does get the... Oh, no, it's just short of the first. That's also going to end the first quarter. Got a nice little potential fake play here. I'm going to hand it off to the receiver, Jaden Greathouse, on an RPO. And another Notre Dame touchdown. All right, now Stanford's out for their 2nd drive of the game. It feels like their 2nd drive. I think it's their 3rd. Either way, going to try and pressure the quarterback like we did before. That is a wide open receiver. What the heck happened there? You know, guys, I train you to hopefully not allow stuff like that, but apparently you don't listen half the time. I'm trying to get the receiver. Nope, running back. Can I just click on the right guy? That would be awesome. Potentially sending in a blitz here, I think. And it's going to be picked up beautifully. Never mind. It's not going to. He's not going to sense it at all. That's going to be Devonta Smith with the sack. Obviously not to be confused with the wide receiver who plays for the Eagles. Going to look to throw. Going to throw off his back foot. Going to take the pick. I don't know who picked it off either. I'm not familiar with as familiar with the numbers of these guys as I am other teams. But either way, that's an interception. Going to run things with Jadarian Price here again. Trying to get some more yards. All right, 2nd down here. Play that I always like to run here. I'm going to try and not overthrow the guy. And I legitimately just threw an interception because I thought Jadarian was going to come back for the ball. He did not. Well, you know what they say. You live and you learn. All right, here we go, guys. Come on. Get the quarterback. That's... Okay, for number 1, I thought it was going to be a knocked away ball. Number 2, why did we not intercept that? I don't know. Either way, Stanford's going to get 7 points out of that. Complete kerfuffle by yours truly. Going to choose a nice play here on 2nd and short that I think might work. Going to have a couple of options, obviously. And I chose absolutely none of the good ones. Honestly, probably should just stick with the run game because that works so well for us, obviously. And oh, nice block. Juke. I said the wrong thing. Right, here we go again. Going to toss it outside. Juke inside. Whoop. Just hoping to go all the way to the end zone. Fortunately, too, we're going to have Emil Wagner, our best, on our argument, our best offensive lineman, shaken up as well on the last play. Kind of need him back for this game here, but you know what? That's okay. We're just going to not get the ball out, apparently. Back to fundamentals. Just back to fundamentals. That's not fundamentals, but I'm shoving off everybody. What the heck is happening? Of course, all that, and we lose 15 yards. So that's, or 5 yards. So that's not quite what we were hoping for. Anyways, we got a nice play here, potentially. And I completely meant to throw that a lot sooner. I don't know what the heck I'm doing today. So unfortunately, that is going to be another punt. Something we don't usually do all the time because we're always constantly scoring on the other team. Get that ball. And it bounced into the end zone. Thankfully, however, we are pretty good on defense, or at least we have been so far today, at stopping this Stanford offense here as the quarterback's going to run upfield, and that time we knocked the ball out of the tight end's hands. Gonna go to the handoff this time, looks like, and he's gonna go absolutely nowhere, just like us. Like I said at the start of the video, I said this last video, we can't afford to lose this game just because of the way that the college football playoff and, you know, all that sort of stuff works. But hey, we get another punt. Gotta do something a little different here on offense, and that's a terrible idea because no one was blocking for me. Let's try another play. This one should definitely work better, I hope. If I could snap the ball, that'd be great. Easy, Will Pauling. Gonna force himself to get the first right at the 2-minute timeout. Gonna call a nice levels play. Unless I have something that I like. Which I might not, but we don't need to because Eli Raridon is just a beast. Absolutely one of the most underrated tight ends I think in all of college football, if you ask me at least. I may or may not be a little bit biased there, but you know what? I don't care. Alright, Carr, just back to what you know. Back to bread and butter, and he's open. Speaking of Eli Raridon, he's just wide open for the touchdown. And that is how you extend your lead, ladies and gentlemen. Just take notes from the master. Honestly, I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm just saying random stuff that comes to my head. So if you guys like it, cool. If you don't, I apologize. Continuing to bring pressure here. Oh, it was a nice pass. And he caused a pick play. Nice job, guys. All right, come on, Dawson. You've been this guy's kryptonite all game. Get it there, Terrari. Nope, you guys are just a little slow for my liking. And we forced the... See, if you hit him, he'll lose the ball. You just gotta hit him. Obviously, preferably inbounds and behind the line of scrimmage, but, you know, as long as you just hit the guy, he'll lose the ball. Well, unless he gets rid of the ball, I guess. All right, Stanford gonna go no-huddle a little bit now, as most teams will do in this type of situation. Blitz, pressure, and he's down, like I just said. Grab the football. There you go, Terrari. Pick it up. Run it the other way, bud. Keep going. Rumbling down the field. Don't get caught, but it's a touchdown. Absolutely continuing to pour it on here in, or starting to pour it on rather, in Stanford. Or at Stanford. I said that weird. I mean, all I'm saying is that if this game gets bad enough, we might have to call in the backup. Which, honestly, wouldn't be the baddest thing in the world. I mean, backup quarterback. But it also just means that might be able to get out of this game sooner than I was originally intending. So... which is always fine and dandy, obviously, but, you know, if it's going to be a complete blowout like this, which, oh my goodness, this guy just cannot get the ball out on top, like, at all. It's basically how I feel sometimes. I mean, I don't think Stanford's really known for producing that great of offensive linemen. I could be wrong about that, so that's great. But then look at that. We get a safety. Wow. I mean, we might as well just skip to the second half at this point, because this is just basically a murder happening, essentially. Alrighty, and now we are back here in the second half. I didn't really make much happen at the end of the first. I just... literally wanted to try and get to the end of the first half because it was just going to be probably brutal if I just kept piling it on. I mean, honestly, I want to make these videos as entertaining as possible for you guys. I feel like if I'm just beating up on a bad team, it's not going to be that entertaining. I mean, obviously, unless you guys like me doing this sort of stuff, but I'm pretty sure you guys like more competitive games, and usually those are the more entertaining ones rather than just me beating up on a bad opponent as we just sack him again. Unfortunately, Jared Dawson went down with an injury, but that's not before we got the 8th sack as a team. Third down and very long here for Stanford. What are they going to do? Quarterback run. Yeah, that's totally going to work every single time. Totally wasn't the most idiotic play I think I've ever seen from the computer. And I've seen some strange plays from the computer, let me tell you. Okay, I think I'll make the deal that if we score again, maybe twice in this quarter, I'll probably put in the backup quarterback. And then we'll probably just send to the end of the game, or we'll just kind of move on because I don't want to waste your guys' time if this is not going to be that exciting of a game. So, I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to kind of do what we feel like doing. And I don't really don't want to throw a pick. But yeah, like I said, if this game is like well out of hand, obviously, if we get even more out of hand and they can't do anything like past videos where this has happened, I'll just go to the end of the game and we'll just move on. But yeah, hopefully we'll see if we have to do that at all or not. But yeah, I don't know. We'll just see what happens. All right, we are on a 3rd and 2 here though. So Jadarian Price, I need you to kind of need the ref to get out of my way too. That would help. I want to try and be a little more unique on these certain plays I call, and that was actually almost a great play defensively, but gonna run with Carr instead. Would absolutely love to get more of my guys involved here, but if we can't, or if we can, that'd be great. If we can't, then that's what happens. But nice catch by Malachi, by the way. I'm also trying really hard not to call the same plays twice in a row. So if you guys see some of the same plays at the same time, I apologize. I'm trying to be as variety as possible, or have some variety, much variety as possible. Obviously, this one we've done before, but not to this side. And we get the first down. I thought we were going to go for a touchdown, but I'm okay with that too. I'm also going to try and call some plays that we haven't done before, if that makes any sense. This one I haven't done before, but I'm just going to hand it off because it was another one of those RPO plays. I just didn't want to use the other options. I mean, honestly, like I said, we can honestly just kind of do what we need to do here. And that's a 3rd and goal. Wow, we're actually being somewhat competitive here. All right, guys, more than likely, we're going to punch this one in here if I can. With Jadarian Price, there we go. That's another touchdown. Chop it up. I think we got 37 points. Well, we will have 37 points after I make this easy field goal. And now we have 37 points. We're up by 30. All right, boys, let's try and finish this game off, shall we? Already had an impressive defensive showing. I'm going to try and continue that if we can. And that's going to be a drop by the tight end that made the enormous catch earlier in the game. Jared Dawson, I noticed just now, is back in the lineup. But Terrori's going to get there instead, so doesn't really matter. Gonna have a user on someone else this time. And hopefully we make the stop, and we do. Shadon Schuler going to make that tackle. And Stanford's going to punt the ball away. This was totally not expected. All right, boys, last drive probably with this offense in set. Eli Raridon making jukes as a tight end. That's not easy, especially with their big size and body. Our handoff Price again. Gonna have a nice hole. You're gonna get about 9. And that should probably seal off the drive here, and it will with a nice touchdown run. I think we'll probably we'll play a little bit more. We'll play a little bit more. If they can't do any more things, I'll skip to the end of the game and I'll see you guys out. But for now, let's at least go to the 4th quarter. All right, Stanford, another 3rd and 7 here. Looking. I had that guy. I was controlling Bowen, and I just didn't follow him. All right, now this should be the final potential possession for Stanford this game, or this quarter at least. And it's a 4th down. And their quarterback is injured as well. Yeah, not a good look for them, I will say. All right, here, ladies and gentlemen, we are now in the 4th quarter, and E.S. Williams is at running back, and McKinchy's at quarterback, and we got about 50 yards right there. No, but seriously though, I did put shoe clock on, and I did switch out some of the starters as well, mainly in the running back and quarterback wise, just because, like I said earlier, we don't need to necessarily waste any more time, or just waste any time period, if we're just gonna basically blow these guys out. And yeah, it's looking like it a lot right now. Also, obviously, for injury reasons, we don't want to get any of our starters injured in case we're playing in the playoffs, which we should be by this point. We should very much be a contender, very much be whatever. I'll just throw it to Washington, and he's going to catch it. That might be 50 points, my friends. Actually, depending on this extra point here, it's going to be 51 points. So 51 points on Stanford, and another lineman's injured. Shocking. But yes, I'm terribly sorry to any Stanford fan watching this, knowing that you're probably reliving a tragic memory of the Irish just absolutely bullying your team like a few weeks ago in real life. But obviously, you really can't say that Stanford was going to be an easy gimme, because I've seen crazier stuff happen. I may not be that old, but I've seen crazy stuff happen, as we just have a game-stealing pick for Leonard Moore. Great way to go out as a senior. You've earned it, young man. Honestly, I think I'm just going to probably send to the end of this and just at least play the rest of this, and then I'll see you guys when we get out of this game. So I will cut here in the video and see you guys in a bit. Okay, now that that game is all said and done, we're going to sim forward until we find out if we made a college football playoff or not. And if we did, then we'll probably do that next episode. So yeah, let's advance the week and see what happens. All right, so I just finished simming to the next week after conference championship week, and we have another commit, Zach Kitchens, dual threat quarterback, and unfortunately we lost Maurice Nestor to Ohio State. Almost got another 4-star, but hey, we got another one. We also leveled up to level 65 as well. That's kind of cool. Yeah, now I'm really curious. Did we make it? We should have. CJ Carr wins the Sean Alexander Award, so that's the best freshman or most outstanding freshman award. So 45 touchdowns, 70. I think that's pretty good, honestly. Almost Heisman numbers, but unfortunately he wasn't on the list, so that's perfectly fine. And looks like Marcel Reed is the Heisman winner, the dang guy from Texas A&M, the only quarterback to beat us in this series so far. Comes away with the Heisman. That's super, super unfortunate. I mean, congrats to him, I guess, but man, does that suck. All right, now it is bowl week, and oh, I think we didn't actually wait. Oh yeah. So I'm a complete idiot. We moved up actually 2 spots since the last week. So the reason it says bowl week of 1 and 4, I was so confused, but it turns out the reason why it's a bowl week and we don't have a game is because we flipping got a bye as the number 3 team in the entire nation, and that is awesome. So does look like Duke lost their conference championship game, so they moved down to 5. Unfortunately, Oregon probably won theirs because they're 13-0, but that's okay. Miami must have won theirs because they're 2. Illinois must have won the Big Ten because they're, or no, Illinois is 2nd. So they must have faced Oregon in the Big Ten, but they still stayed 4. Interesting how I don't see Ohio State or Alabama on this list. I'm kind of liking it if I'm being honest. So yeah, we are the number 4 or number 3 team in the entire nation, and we get to have a bowl game, or we get to have a chance at a national title, which is honestly more than I can say for the real life Notre Dame team. However, on that note, I'm going to leave it here. So obviously the game against Stanford really was obviously kind of, I mean, it was, I hope it was decently exciting because I know we beat them out pretty badly, but obviously the main goal of it was to win out and secure a national or a college football playoff spot. And we don't have to play on the road. We get to have a home game in the playoff, which is amazing. But like I said, that is going to do it for this video. So if you guys did enjoy, make sure you already know what to do. Show support any way you can. It's really appreciated. Like I said, next video is going to be coming hopefully soon. I'm trying to get the series kind of wrapped up, like I said, because I want to kind of do something new on the channel, or at least new with College Football 26 potentially. And I know this game is well past its prime at this point, so it's kind of weird for me lingering on about this, but I want to finish the series, at least 1 season of it. So I don't know. I guess if you guys want to see more College Football 26 with the Notre Dame Irish, and it's like use all these recruits that we got in a future season, let me know. But obviously we got to try for a national title first, so hopefully that goes well. And yeah, that's basically all I have to say. So also, before I forget to mention this, this video, by the time you see it, will be out on New Year's. So Happy New Year. Hopefully 2026 is good to you and good to all of you out there. Hoping so for myself as well. Gonna try and produce a lot more content this upcoming year. I got a lot of plans and ideas that I can do. So hopefully I get to implement those. Yeah, I just get to implement those how I see fit. So, but as always, thank you all so much for watching. And remember to stay safe, be kind. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.